Welcome, respected friends, to the study of name of the text Sri Vaashishtha Maharamayana, given the writing form by sage Valmiki ji. It is a samvada discussion between Bhagavan Sri Rama and sage Vaashishtha ji about the Brahma Vidya, Brahma Jnana, Brahma Prapti and Mukti from the Deha Bhava, Jiva Bhava and Jagat Satyatva. 6 Prakaranas, third Utpatthi Prakaranam we are studying. In that Leelopakhyanam, in that 22nd SARGA, name of the SARGA is VIGNANA ABHAYASA VARNANAM. Here it is again samvada between Mother Saraswati and Leela. Today's topic, what we will be studying, is the most important, most crucial one for sadhakas from the Guru's side. What he has to guide us in. As sadhakas, how much serious, how much sincere, how much genuine, how much we are committed to listen, to understand, to accept this jnanam given and make use of it. That's all personal, subjective. And one whose mind is so much into world and worldliness, to them this topic has no meaning, purpose at all. But the ones who are sadhakas and looking for some solid, substantial, single guidance, clarity. For them, this is most precious, precious, precious discussion. And if this one thing is caught and followed, rest all will follow. Only this much. Like when we go through many shastras, many Mahatmas lectures, we listen, many satsanga, ourselves study. तो इतना हमने पढ़ा लेकिन मेन पॉइंट वी हैव नॉट कॉट like that we feel, and it so happens. But here these shlokas, next to few of them from Mother Saraswati, give us categorical clarity as to what we have to do to get that Paramatma Prapti and Moksha. In this, there are less discussions than more understanding and practice. It is straight, it is so beautiful. All other explanations are not required generally in this topic. One or two we may do, but unke bhi zarurat nahi. A little matured wise person with his little application of the intellect, he will understand what the mother is saying and why he is saying, she is saying, and how it is, what you call, unfailingly useful. Here we are, spend 3-4 minutes in Mangalacharana, Shloka and Sankalpa. Then we enter into the study of that most important Shlokas. Welcome, friends. Salutations to you, gratitudes to you. You are wonderful. Transform within through spirituality. Outside, little carefully live with the world. That is enough. Life will be beautiful. And wish and pray it happens to all of us that we are not a liability to the world around, we are an asset to the world around. World we are rightly interacting, contacting to help us for sadhana. And inside ourselves, as a serious, sincere sadhakas, we gain jnanam and we practice jnanam. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व वेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनाम वरानने। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वसिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणादीनाम् आचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्र उक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न शाश्वत समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वत रूपेण वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणां अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वसिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण मोक्ष शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मुक्त्यर्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखघनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। ओम तस्मै श्री गुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन्न शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृत जलधिममुं Ramachandram Prapadye. Om Sri Rama Sharanam Mama, Sri Ramayana Sharanam Mama, Sri Vasishtha Sharanam Mama, Sri Vishwamitra Sharanam Mama, Sri Valmiki Sharanam Mama, Shri Saraswati Sharanam Mama, Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama, Shri Rama Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama, Sharanam Mama. Friends, in whatever the way the speaker speaks from here with the lack of expression or language, unminding that, please focus for the next 15 minutes on the subject that is discussed and catch the essence of it with all your intellection, discretion, genius, because the topic is so important. Already told now. Let us see that now. Leelovacha Om Atha Om Sri Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Shastram Truti Utpatthi Prakaranam Leelopakhyanam Vignana Sadhana Vignana VARNANAM Nama Dvavimshatitama Sargaha Sri Vaashishtha Uvacha Sri Devi Uvacha Sri Lalita Uvacha. Sorry, Leela Uvacha. What did Leela ask yesterday? First, she clearly told to the mother, what you said, I have heard while listening it with the ears only. The Drushya Vishuchika getting quieted. Okay. Here, very sublime thought again, without deeply explaining detailedly. One thought catch. I am Brahman, my value given to the Drushya, pulling me down to the relative Drashta level, who is now in samsara. With your teachings that the Chidakasha, the Chid Brahma alone is reality, all else is Kalpana. Luckily, the Drushya Vishuchika in me is getting Shanta. Means the disease fever of seeing Drushya, saying it is real, getting attracted by it, having Ragadvesha towards it, all that set is getting reduced. Correspondingly, the Drashta in me also is quietening. Slowly, the pure conscious self is getting revealed. So, this is the result of Vedanta, that the Drishya Vishochika should get quietened in our life. Correspondingly, the Drashta also, the Jiva, the ego, the individuality should also become quiet. Consequently, the substratum of both of them, the Shuddha conscious Paramatma, should be revealed in all the three stages: intellectual understanding through these classes, etc., able to contemplate, meditate quietly with the closed eyes, and third one, even experiencing it. Fourth is establishing in it. So, Druk Swarupa Paramatma Shravana Samarthya and understanding. Druk Swarupa Paramatma Dhyanam, trying it and succeeding in it, leading to that Druk Swarupa Paramatma glimpses Anubhuti, followed by getting established in it. No Drashta Drishya Samsara. If at all it is there, in advance it is very clear that it is only a play, it's only a mithya, it has nothing to do with regard to losses and gains, or any pair of duality is not associated with it. Jaya, Parajaya, Labha, Hani, Sukha, Dukkha, Shatru, Mitra, good, bad, none of these labelings will be done while this Drashta, Drishya play is going on, playing for play's sake. No bandhanam. This is what the connect meaning that's there in this shloka. Yasmin Shruti Gate Shanti Meti Drushya Vishuchika. Having said this, in the next shloka, she submits to mother, requests mother, asks her to do the upakara. So, any guru, god, shastra, saints and sages, elders. The best of the upakara favor they can do to us is guiding us only in the Adhyatmika sadhana. Whether we ask them or not, if they give that guidance to us, we are bestly favored or helped. And if we are also wise, we ask like Leela as a favor or upakara only the things related to our sadhana adhyatmika pragati. Be fixed in that. So what is Leela's submission here? How beautiful it is. She says, अत्रोपकुरु मे ब्रूहि कोऽभ्यासः कीदृशोऽथवा स कथं पोषमायाति पुष्टे तस्मिंश्च किं भवेत्. See the four questions. In that four questions asked by her only, the entire pursuit to be pursued by a sincere seeker is given. Hope we are able to communicate and you are able to catch. First she says, Atra upakurume. Atra means right now, here and now. Please do upakara to me, O mother. Atra ka sense of urgency. Right now I want that upakara, that help, that favor from you. What upakara you want? Any of the outer dhana kanaka vastu vahana? Any of the power or position? No. Bruhi. Only guide me, educate me, tell me, teach me. That upakara I want. So jnana, dana, upakara only I want from you. So atra upakurume bruhi. Okay, I am ready to do your upakara to you by teaching you. Tell me what you want to know. Four things she is asking, Leela. One, kaha abhyasaha. What is abhyasaha? Ki drushaha. Athava means also. What is abhyasa and how it is done? Ki drushaha. Kaisa kiya jata hai. So therefore, in our life, having gained knowledge, we must understand the need and importance of abhyasa, and we must also know how that abhyasa is done with all outer and inner preparations conducive for that. So, kobhyasaha kidrushaha. What is abhyasa? How it is done. Third one is important. What is it? Saha katham posham ayat. How that abhyasa becomes pushta, pushti yukta. Now feel the meaning of this question. We all are doing the abhyasa, but not with full poshana. When you see the well of family and their children, those have good money, कि बच्चों को इतना खाने को दिया जाता है. You can see that fellow of the age of 14, 15, 16 as adolescence comes, 6 फुट हो जाता है, 6.3 feet, and 80, 56, 60 वाला chest, and full of muscles and all that. और कुछ बढ़ाना है तो some more money will throw, go to the gym, and then सुबह दोपहर शाम जम के खाओ. See the pushti in that fellow. And the other people hand to mouth. एक टाइम ही दिन में खा सकते हैं, वो भी some दाल, some चावल, that's it. Now those fellows, whatever they grow, वो ज्यादा हवा आ गया तो उड़ जाते हैं. पंखा एक नंबर पे चलाओ, 3 लगा है तो पंखे के साथ घूमेगा. Why? No portion. If you understand that gross physical example, certainly we are doing sadhana, but not poshita sadhana. पुष्टि के साथ नहीं, हट्टा कट्टा नहीं, very lighter. Okay, so from that, try to think from your side. Little idea we give from here. The poshana to sadhana is loving that sadhana, giving that time to that sadhana, clearly understanding every step of it, and planning our schedule such a way. After that, when we actually sit for that sadhana, totally engrossed in it with total dedication, single pointedness, shraddha, bhakti. All of them give poshana to that sadhana. In other words, the sadhana should be pushti yukta, fully nurtured and nourished, not the sadhana which is not properly fed, unfed and fed, nurtured and nourished, and without the nutrition. Full nutritious, malnutritious. That way you can understand. So third question is sadhana katham poshamayat. As we explained, so I don't know how to repeat it. For us to sit in the class for 1 hour only is so difficult. You know, even 5 minutes, even 1 minute. There's no portion in us. Some people तो कोई मंदिर भी जाते हैं, 100 रुपए ज्यादा दे के पुजारी से जल्दी जल्दी आरती कर दो. There is no portion in there that sadhana. जल्दी खत्म करो, मुझे बाहर भागना है. Etc. Any number of examples can be given. Opposite of that is poshana yukta sadhana. Sadhana nurtured and nourished. Third one. So therefore, first we have to get the jnanam. Second, we have to know the sadhana to be done. Third, we have to start it. Fourth, do the poshana of that sadhana. Nurture and nourish that sadhana. पूरा उसी में अब है ना करना पड़ता है. Some time we have to in our life decide. Next 4 years, next 6 years, my whole life is dedicated only for this Adhyatmika sadhana. From now onwards, till I leave my body, my life is only for sadhana. As a strong decisions we have to take and do, then only the sadhanas get poshita. Same time, not doing any other sankalpa of the world. नहीं तो फिर उसके लिए हमारा टेंशन टाइम एनर्जी जाएगा. Then this sadhana becomes weakened, not poshita. So katham pushtimayati. Fourth one is important. Tasminscha pushte means when sadhana is done sufficiently with full nurturement and nourishment, fully properly, kim bhave? What is the result? Obviously, the result is Paramatma Prapti and Moksha. So Moksha and Paramatma Prapti Rupi Phala will come when the sadhana is done with full of Poshana. And that sadhana first has to be started. Before that, it must be known. Before that, the jnanam must be known about what is the goal. So Lakshya jnanam, sadhana jnanam, starting the sadhana, doing it with full poshana, and getting the result. These are the 5 things. Sadhya jnanam, sadhana jnanam, sadhana beginning, sadhana poshita, sadhana leading to the siddhi. 5 steps. So from this question of Leela itself, we can get a very good idea about the sadhana should be started and it should be done with full पोषण. अपने साधना को हमें ही खुराक देकर उसको मोटा तगड़ा बनाना है ना. This portion of the sadhana in another text, which one we can refer, hundreds of them are there, great mantras. We'll refer to the text Narada Bhakti Sutra. There in one of the sutras, what is bhakti? While explaining it, Naraji gives the explanation or definition of bhakti according to each of the saints. Few of them important one. है ना. पूजादिष्वनुरागः इति पाराशर्यः कथादिष्विति गर्गः आत्मरत्यविरोधेनेति शाण्डिल्यः नारदस्तु तदर्पिताखिलाचारता तद्विस्मरणे परमव्याकुल. In that, the definition for the bhakti given by Vyasa Bhagavan. First one, Parasharya means Parashara Putra Vyasa. So what is Vyasa's definition for bhakti is Puja Adishu Anuragaha. Means puja, japa, nama sankirtana, and bhajana, naivedyam ityadi to the Bhagavan, adishu. Usme anuragaha is bhakti. What is anuraga? That is a discussion now we are doing. That word anuraga को हम यहाँ explain कर रहे. Anu means continuously. Raga means love for that aspect of doing puja. Bhakti ka definition according to Vyasa. And how that the anu continuous raga for the puja expressed is day in and day out we are thinking only about doing that puja to the Lord, and not only that, how best it can be done, how best it can be improved. That aspect is called anuraga. Understood? So today I did puja to the Lord with this one flower. Tomorrow, two varieties of flowers. Third, three varieties of flowers. Today I could not make a garland. Tomorrow I'll make a garland. Understand? Today Naivedya was only one item. Tomorrow I'll do two, three items. Today only 16 names of the Lord I chanted. Tomorrow 108 names I will do. Today only Jalabhishekam I did. Tomorrow I'll do with Panchamritam. And today only this much Stotra Patana I have done. Tomorrow for half an hour I do. And I also will sing for the Lord, dance for the Lord, play all the music also for the Lord. You know, Nrityam darshayami, Geetam shravayami. You know, Veda Parayanam shravayami, Geetam darshayami, Vadyam ghoshayami, Ashwanaroyami, Gajanaroyami, Andaurikanaroyami. This is called Anuraga. One thing started, and one after the other, it's going on. Like somebody most beloved to you came to your house, Mano. See how you are attending to that person. चाय पिलाया, बिस्कुट खिलाए, फिर उसके बाद तुरंत नमकीन आएगा, फिर लंच बनेगा, फिर इवनिंग स्नैक्स बनेगा, और क्या क्या दैट हॉस्पिटैलिटी, खातिरदारी, डोंट वी डू? दैट्स कॉल्ड अनुराग. Somebody whom you love come. It can be anybody. है. For some people, their own children, grandchildren, a friend, a parents, or uncle. कोई किसी को कोई संत महात्मा कोई भी होंगे. When they come, how our taking care of them becomes more and more added with so many things. Even they want to go, we say, no, और एक दिन रुकिए, 2 दिन रुकिए. Isn't it? Didn't we see that 30, 40, 50 years back? अब तो नहीं है. Everybody busy to that idiot box, cell phone and all. They don't want anybody's company. Wife and husband 10 दिन हो गए बात करके बगल में बैठते हैं, लेकिन अपने अपने फोन में बिजी होते. मिनिमम टॉक, खाना दो, खाना लो, बस इतना ही. बट दोज डेज, रिमेंबर एक बार कि your younger brother came or whomever you love, what a beautiful the time was spent, and one after other things doing. That's called anuraga. That's called poshana to the sadhana. Here the poshana, katham poshamayati, to this, that anuraga word जोड़ोगे तो बात समझ में आएगा, है ना? That knack we have to slowly develop and create a habit in me. And we have this thing for the bhoga. The whole world is with full of anuraga, with full of posha regarding the bhoga vastus. करते कि नहीं अपने घर का सजावट? Every 6 months we change the furniture, we change the things, etc. That is posham only. But for that house, with regard to the food also, every week we change the items, we want fresh ones, new things. With regarding our clothing, so we do the posham, but for the bhoga vastus. है ना, we change our vehicles, और उसको नया सीट्स डलवाओ या नया कवर करवाओ या उसमें नए नए सेंट बॉटल लगाओ, कुछ ना कुछ करते ही रहते हम फॉर आवर भोग वस्तुस एंड आवर भोग इंद्र. करते ही इतने पैसे कमाया और करते ही जाते, बाप रे, हम क्या क्या देखने को मिलता है. सेम थिंग वी हैव टू डू फॉर साधना. Examples given. Now here in this text, the only one sadhana, that is Paramatma Prapti Hetu Antarmukha Dhyanam. And as a preparation for it, not for Leela, but not for Rama, but for all of us required, the other sadhanas of Dharma Anushtanam, other sadhanas of Punya Karma, other sadhanas of Upasana, other sadhanas of Yoga. Leela and Rama have done them. They are now at the stage of ready to receive. Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja instruction. They have transcended their obligations, attachments, expectations from the world. हो गया अभी, कर चुके हैं अभी, बस एक ही चीज बचा है, तत्व को जानना. So therefore, tattva dhyana is the only sadhana. And you and I have to try that only. When we are not able to do that, as today's common sense thought, कि it means some obligations are there, some runa are there, उसको clear करके आ जाओ. Or even pray to the Lord. Oh Lord, make it convenient for me to do sadhana. I am serious, sincere, genuine. Yes, I deserve the delay in sadhana because of my past karmas. But you are Lord, no? So you can do something to make it convenient for me. When the serious or upasana is serious, sincere, prarthana, Bhagavan will answer. Today morning we saw this topic very exhausted. Okay, so अभ्यास क्या है, कीदृश है, हाउ पोषमायाति. फोर्थ वन इज पुष्टेश्च तस्मिन्, पुष्टे तस्मिन् च किं भवेत्. With pushti yukta sadhana, what is the result? 4 questions. Okay. Now, mother also here, while giving answer, Saraswati ji, first of all, acknowledges and strengthens the word of Leela, where she mentioned about importance of abhyasa. Yesterday we took Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Darshanam, सारा बता दिया, आज वो सब नहीं बोलेंगे. Importance of abhyasa in one shloka only mother tells. That we saw yesterday. 2 minutes we spent for it. Then what exactly the abhyasa to be done, which will be told in the mantra number 24. Today we'll be focusing on that and even move further. Now, Shri Devyuvacha, Devi Saraswati Mata is telling. What is she saying? Yad yena kriyate kinchita yena yena yada yada vinabhyasayana tanneha siddhimeti kadachana. It is such an important truth, categorical truth, can never be missed by every one of us, any one of us. यद्येन क्रियते किंचित येन येन यदा यदा विनाभ्यासेन तन्नेह सिद्धिमेति कदाचन. So listen, ध्यान से सुनना. येन, by whomever it may be. Again, yena yena, whomever it may be. Yat kriyate, whatever is done. Kinchito, even little bit, yada yada, whenever. So whenever, wherever, by whomever it may be, whether it is the smaller than the smallest thing to be done and achieved, or the bigger than the biggest thing to be done and achieved. In both the cases, vina abhyasena, without proper sufficient mastery gained through the abhyasa, the practice, na iha siddhimeti kadachana, that success in that particular endeavor can never happen. कदाचन सिद्धिम न एति, कभी भी किसी भी कारण से सिद्धि नहीं मिलेगा बिना अभ्यास का. और opposite of it is, the more and more we do abhyasa, the more and more we can taste the success. So vina abhyasena tat na iha siddhimeti kadachana. So without abhyasa, success cannot come. Yena yena, kinchit or bigger than biggest. है ना? Now, I give some examples. You may not like them, but example is for example's sake. Now, in Indian type of houses, the husband must be, let us say, age of 65, 70, 75. Married, let us say 40 years back. 25 पे शादी किया, 75, 45 साल हो गया मानो. Imagine in that 45 साल, how many quintals of food, vegetables he must have eaten. Quintal. कितना खाए होंगे, बाप रे बाप. अब हिसाब लगाओ. Now, at the age of 70, you tell him, इतना खाओ ना, थोड़ा किचन में जाके थोड़ा ये सब्जी काटो जो तुम इतने बरसों से खाते आ रहे हो. Now he says, Sabji katna, what do you mean? He doesn't know there is a chopper, there is a peeler, that if it is a carrot or potato, whatever it may be, it has to be slowly peeled. Not that ऐसे गुस्से से करो कि पूरा आलू छिल गए हो. He cannot. वो उंगली कटवा लेगा वो. Tell him to cut the lady's finger, he'll cut the gent's finger. अपना ही काटेंगे. You just to see, observe them. Why? Even that small cutting the vegetable in a shape requires abhyas. Tell him to gundo atta. He is eating, huh? कितने वो बोरी बोरी खाया होगा अभी तक गेहूं का. You ask him, no, gundo atta. He will add इतना 2 लीटर पानी in that. सारा हाथ हाथ में चिपक जाएगा वो. किंचित, but विना अभ्यासम. Isn't it? And tell him, है ना, you make a doubt and tell him, वो बेलो एक रोटी या पूरी कुछ भी. खाई जा रहे हैं ना इतने साल से, एक बार थोड़ा करके दिखाओ एक रोटी. He will make South Africa or any of the country shape, not the भूगोल. अभ्यास के बिना होगा क्या? Isn't it? And that lady of home 2 मिनट में गूंदेगी, रखेगी, तब तक सब्जियां काट दी और उसको तल के रख दिया. इन द मीन टाइम गूंदा हुआ आटा अच्छी तरह चिपक गयो. नाउ शी टेक्स इट, कर दिया. And he is the abhyas of eating fatafata. That he will do. There is no thing to be learnt in that. Pakka. Isn't it? उसका अभ्यास है. दबा दबा के चबा चबा के खाने का. Ask him to wash utensils. इतना साबुन लेके हो, एक पूरा साबुन 1 चम्मच धोएगा. एंड पूरा टंकी खाली पानी का. Tell him to clean the house. The typical Indian useless men, useless in this sense. करो उनको, थोड़ा घर साफ करें. अभ्यास नहीं है. They are all small small. I am telling the word kinchit. विना अभ्यासेन तत् न इह सिद्धि में इति कदाच. So the small ones. Anything, screwdriver को, स्क्रू को ड्राइवर से टाइट करना कहो, सुई में धागा लगाना कहो, इलेक्ट्रिक वायर को जोड़ना कहो, वॉट एवर इट मे बी बाबा, बिना अभ्यास का नहीं होगा. एंड द बिगर वर्क्स ऑफ that you are able to, even take off the flight also is a big thing. और मशीनरी एक बड़ा चलाना, और इन दैट बॉर्डर्स फ्रंट में टैंकर चलाना, they are big works because of their consequences very big. Even they also need a lot of abhyas. That is why zindagi bhar for thousands and millions of soldiers there was not even one war, but every day they do the abhyasa in that range. Then only they become perfect. There are many people retired without even one war also. Whole life they were in that service. But no need, कहीं जाना नहीं, एक ग्राउंड भी गोली चलाने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ी. But every day those 30-20 rounds going to that site, you have to keep on practicing all other things. Examples. Abhyasa. So too, singing is an abhyasa. Dance is an abhyasa. Sports is an abhyasa. A good writing, calligraphy, it's an abhyasa. Composing poems or vachanam or essay writing, it's an abhyasa. Cinema direction. It's not a small art, mind you. Those directors and producers and actors together, when they bring out that movie, उसके पीछे कितना अभ्यास के कारण होने वाला मेच्योरिटी से वो सब बनता है. That's why the lakhs of people see. These lakhs of people seeing is not only their entertainment, but it is a yajna phala, tapasya phala of all of them through abhyas. Isn't it? कोई बार तो उस एक्टर को उस 2 मिनट के सीन के लिए 30-40 टेक्स करना पड़ता है. Then he becomes perfect. Because the coordination is not easy thing. It's a Maha yoga. In fact, in this world, every of such things are yoga. And those who don't do any of those yoga, they come and sit in the class. Somebody speaks and others listen. Kevala theory. But see that cinema actors, according to that scene and situation, उनका movements होना है physical, their vocal words होना है, their facial expressions होना है. Shooting. See, if you see a 2.5 hours of movie, without any problem, throughout that movie, you enjoy it without any doubt question. For both, एक तो वो actors का action, later on the technicians and all of them, how they all of that recorded, see it 10 times, and out of the 10 shots, which is the best one, that one they cut and paste here. ऐसा कितना मेहनत कर करके वो सिनेमा आता है. अभ्यास. Everything like cricket also. The commentators and onlookers. Anything we can talk. Otherwise, कैसा बोल लोगे आप full toss था. We talk that when you are in the 22 yards, then you will know. With 140 speed when the ball is coming, you understand all that फिरकी डालते हैं कोई. It's not an easy thing. अभ्यास. And the children of 16, 18, 20 years. उस उम्र में तो कितना मन चंचल होता है. उस चंचलता को साइड पे रखकर if you'll have to face the ball first to stay there without getting out, then get the runs, get more runs, get winning runs. Is a Mahayoga. That's why the Lord blesses them with so much of name and fame and money for their tapasya. From so many lives they are doing. And in my opinion, all of them, it's such a great tapasya. Some guidance from some great guru happens, they become Maha spiritual yogis also. बिकॉज उनको डेटा है, मटेरियल है, मेहनत करना, अभ्यास करने का सारा आदत हो गया ना. बस जस्ट गिव देम डायरेक्शन. Enough of the worldly Preyo Marga, now you take up spiritual Shreyo Marga. If it clicks to them, great. So, mother's first thought is Yadyad Yena Kriyate Yada Yada Vina Abhyasena Tat Nahi Siddhimeti Kadachana. Okay, without Abhyasa, the success will not come. Sir, how long the Abhyasa has to be done? Till the success happens. Vina Abhyasa. Anything is an Abhyasa. A carpenter's expertise is an Abhyasa. And they may be not educated like us in 12th class, graduation, post graduation, and thank God. But his calculation, of cutting that wood exactly, because thoda idhar udhar zyada ho gaya, the whole wood piece gets wasted. चिपकाव नहीं हो सकता. So if the door is of 6.3 or 4 feet height and itna wala, so you'll have to look into that. Everything is precise. Number of windows, everyone. Carpenter ka work, electrician ka work, the plumber ka work, the one who does the plastering of the house, the ones who lay the flooring, etc. They are all yogis. Abhyasa. Everything. Even what even the greatest what do you call them? Farmers also. It's an abhyasa. They are so conscious about the wind, how cold it is. From that, they know how many days after the monsoons are going to come. Because एक दिन जल्दी भी डालो बीज वगैरह रोपाई वो भी प्रॉब्लम होगा. एक दिन लेट भी करो then also the yield won't come. Exactly, they have to be precise in that abhyas. And the seed also, plant also, ज्यादा अंदर जमीन में लगाओ तो भी मरेगा वो, ऊपर ऊपर लगाओ तो भी उगेगा नहीं. ये सारा ज्ञान है, सब अभ्यास है. And we do nothing and we just say any comments we make on anyone. Everybody is a master in this world. Oh Bapre, I really appreciate all these truck drivers, etc. Imagine in their 30 years of service, how many trips of driving they might have done, in which how much of the material that's transported useful to how many lakhs of people. चाहे कुछ भी हो, it can be food grains, it can be medicine, it can be other essentials. लगातार वो गाड़ी चलाते रहना, वो अभ्यास। विना अभ्यासेन न किंचित। नाउ फॉर द वर्ल्डली अचीवमेंट्स ओनली, if that much abhyasa is necessary, for the spiritual evolution, how much abhyasa we have to do. And this, in this regard, please don't expect any guru to tell the thing very lightly compromising. Allow him to be ruthless in that thing. And you also be ruthless intellectually to catch this point without giving chance to the mind with its emotions for any dilution or compromising. बस अभ्यास करना है तो करना है, दैट्स इट, बिकॉज दैट्स द मेन थिंग. अभ्यासेन तो कौन्तेय वैराग्येण च गृह्यते. अभ्यास के कारण ही हम संसार में बसते हैं, अभ्यास से ही हम संसार से छूटते हैं, अभ्यास के कारण ही हम भगवान को भूल जाते हैं, अभ्यास से ही अगेन वी रिमेंबर एंड रीच द गॉड. And final abhyasa, what you have to do is Brahmabhyasam, Atma Abhyasam. Underline कर लो उसको and feel that you caught that point. And don't talk these things to those who are not interested in these things. They will just demoralize you. Be careful. Spiritual sadhana सिर्फ गुरु को बताना है, उनसे सीखकर साइलेंटली करते जाना है. Don't publicize it. Publicize it. No need to tell others. You understand? Like in the materialistic things, your richness is seen by others. They can feel jealousy. It can be your own family members. स्पिरिचुअलिटी में भी ऐसा होता है, इसलिए नेसेसरीली वो सीक्रेसी मेंटेन करना. हेल्प योरसेल्फ दैट वे. अगर अभी अभी हमारे अंदर साधना का पौधा उग रहा है, वो कुंदल डालेंगे लोग, कुचल डालेंगे. नॉट दैट दे वांट टू डू, इट हैपेंस. दे डोंट थिंक पीपल आर वेरी वाइज टू मिसगाइड यू. टू मिसगाइड विजडम इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. सफिशिएंट बेवकूफी है, वो काफी है. More than wisdom, people have foolishness. Remember, they don't know spirituality, they don't know the tattva jnana, they don't even remember that they are human beings, that they are born in India as Sanatan Dharmi, that their goal should be adhyatmika. People don't know all of them. They are like animal, eat and mate and die one day. How can they be the example to us? How can they be the guides to us? They may use sophisticated language, they may talk very strongly to misguide us, to condemn us. वो कोई कुत्ता भी चिल्लाता है, उसमें क्या है? That doesn't mean it is great. You have to be very careful with the world. Love it, serve it, but don't allow them to distract us from this. It's in our hands, in our interest. We are not telling you to hate anybody, to dislike anybody, to fight with anybody. No, protect yourself. नहीं तो अभ्यास नहीं होगा हमारा. Like with this much of inspiration, you listen the things. Almost you decide to कल से हम अभ्यास ही करेंगे. And you go to somebody who says बाद में शुरू कर, ये तो 2026 ही स्टार्ट हो रहा है ना, 2031 से तुम्हारे अच्छे दिन होंगे, तब हम शुरू करेंगे, अगले 5 साल चलो घूमते. One thought somebody will tell and you say okay. Anybody can tell you. Anything they can tell. Anything can disturb us. Therefore, don't listen to anyone. घोड़ा बन जाओ, आंख नाक कान सारे बंद. Only towards the goal. By the way, so vina abhyasa siddhim na eti kadachana. Okay, done. Now the अभ्यास क्या है, जो फर्स्ट सेकंड प्रश्न है, उसका आंसर दे. बाय हार्ट दिस श्लोक एज आई टोल्ड यस्टरडे. मैं तो बाय हार्ट किया था कल, आज भूल गया होऊंगा. लेट अस सी. लेट अस चैंट दिस मंत्र फॉर माई सेक एटलीस्ट. मेरे आत्म शांति के लिए 4 बार पढ़ो. श्लोक संख्या 24. ओम तच्चिंतनम तत्कथनम अन्योन्यम तत्प्रबोधनम एतदेक परत्वं च तदभ्यासं विदुर्बुधाः. अगेन, तच्चिंतनम तत्कथनम अन्योन्यम तत्प्रबोधनम एतदेक परत्वं च तदभ्यासं विदुर्बुधाः. अगेन, तच्चिंतनम तत्कथनम अन्योन्यम तत्प्रबोधनम etadekaparatvam cha tadabhyasam vidurbuddhaah. Fourth, तच्चिन्तनं तत्कथनं अन्योन्यं तत्प्रबोधनं एतद् एकपरत्वं च तदभ्यासं विदुर्बुधाः. अब इस श्लोक को ना मैं तो बोल नहीं सकता, मैं तो कहता हूँ भगवान वशिष्ठ एंटर मी एंड स्पीक फॉर माई सेक एंड ऑल्सो फॉर ऑडियंस. ओ लॉर्ड रामा, ओ मदर सरस्वती, because if this shloka is caught, everything is caught. If this shloka is missed, everything is missed. Okay. Now let me again explain from the last word to the first and first Lord. First, Buddhaha viduhu. Buddhaha, the ones who have got the bodha, the ones who are awakened. Viduhu, they know it and they tell us. First of all, who is telling we must know? Authority. So Buddhaha viduhu. मैं कह रहा हूं, मैं कह रही हूं, तुम सुनो. ऐसा सरस्वती माता, she is not insisting from her side. She says all the awakened people of all the world of all time of the past, all of them know this to be the abhyasa, and they have done it and they have reached. By the way, remember we are discussing about abhyasa. The topic is abhyasa. Okay, so abhyasam viduhu buddhaha. So wise people tell this to be the abhyasa, to be done, not only to be known. Okay. Now second word I'm adding. Tad abhyasam buddhaha viduhu. Tad means usko. Abhyasam ज्ञानी लोग कहते हैं. That is called as abhyasa by the jnanis. That's the meaning of tad abhyasam buddhaha viduhu. Now that tat is always parabrahmana. Therefore tad abhyasam is brahma abhyasa. ओम तत्सत, तत् ब्रह्म का नाम है ना, तत्वमसि महावाक्य also we are studying. Therefore tad abhyasa means of that brahma, tad brahma abhyasa is explained and defined by the wise people as this. In this, to be achieved is one and to be done are minimum three. Two more, one or two more you can add from somewhere else too. Okay. And what is that to be achieved and what are the three things to be done? Let us see one by one. The to be achieved thing is the first pada of the second line. Listen carefully. What it is? Etad ekaparatvam. This is to be achieved. Ekaparatvam. Ekaparatvam means single pointedly, totally, we are dedicated to it and got lost into it. That ekaparatvam is the thing to be achieved. And that is called the tadabhyasa. So ekaparatvam tad abhyasam buddhaha viduhu. Paratvam means totally dedicated to that. Ekaparatvam, totally dedicated to that one and nothing else. And what is that one? Tat. Okay. Etad or tat is that Brahman only. Ekaparatvam cha tadabhyasam vidur buddha. So in that ekaparatva sthiti, listen carefully. First I'll give you example. That in that age of infatuation, when that boy or girl fall into that trap. Now see the 24 hours of the day, for some months and years, do they not think only about each other 24 घंटे? If you can see, sense it, feel it, that's called example of ekaparatva. Other examples is, a positive example is a genuine youngster who wants to crack that civil services. Genuine. उसको फिर वो चस्का लग गया, वो कुछ भी करे मुझे. No, is ekaparatvam, you see it. He will drink civil service, he will eat civil services, he will smell, he will talk, he will walk, he will sleep, he will dream. Only that. That's called ekaparatvam. Isn't it? The one who want to expand his business, it's a ekaparatvam. Isn't it? Somebody want to make a good house or buy lots of ornaments. जिनके मन में जो चढ़ जाता है ना, एग्जाम ekaparatvam. to the exclusion of everything else, is the outcome or result of this abhyasa to be achieved. So when she said, pushte tasmin kim bhavet, when that abhyasa becomes pushta, what is the result? She said, no, ekaparata will come. That ekaparata, remember, removes all the blockades on the path of realizing the self. When all those obstructions are removed, curtains are removed, anubhuti comes. It's only a question of time. Now we have aneka paratvam. What is aneka paratvam? There are 100 goals for me. One of them is spirituality. वो भी आसान से आराम से हो गया तो है ना. If Bhagavan wants to give him moksha for his interest, let him give. उनको फर्क नहीं पड़ता तो मैंने भी नहीं पड़ने दा. That type of mind we have for the reality. क्या फर्क पड़ता है टाइप. Here तो एक परत्वम की बात हो रही. And when Bhagavan says or Mother Saraswati says, every time remember it. 3 things. 1, it is required. 2, it is possible. 3, the grace of the Bhagavan will be there if you invoke to make it possible. Otherwise, those topics won't enter into the Shastra. शास्त्र में बात कहा गया तो एक जरूरी है, दूसरा हम कर सकते हैं, तीसरा उनका मदद मिलेगा मांगने से, करने के लिए. So etadeka paratvam cha tadabhyasam vidurbuddha explained. Now how to achieve to that eka paratvam? The first line tells 3 sadhanas. You can add a few more to that. This is called abhyasa. Okay, one by one let us see. First one is tat chintanam. Tat chintanam means when we are with ourselves, we are with our mind in the waking plane. And the mind is always in its thinking mood. And right now, the mind is in its own rajya, called as manorajya. That which thoughts come at what time about which person or which object, उसका कोई control ठिकाना ही नहीं. From that state, we have to come to slowly the state of starting to do the chintanam only of that Tat Paramatma. It is called abhyas. Tat chintanam is the abhyas. Anything other than that, no more in our mind. That's why Vanaprastha ashram में सारा accounts पूरा settle करके, then you mature to be free from everything else and take up this sadhana tat chintanam. All the time thinking only about the truth. Tat chintanam. Tat is Parabrahma. So Parabrahma chintanam is the first abhyasa to be done. उसका करने से आदत होता है. अंडरलाइन दैट पॉइंट. करने के लिए शुरू करना है. Slowly we have to intensify that chintanam of that tat paramatma, tat chintanam. When I am with myself, with my chitta buddhi. आज से प्रैक्टिस करो, है ना. 26 दिसंबर और 27 दिसंबर क्या तारीख है? 27 दिसंबर 2025. Tachintanam. Tat alone is chintanam. We have to do. Now it's a big subject. If I touch it again, it will take 20 minutes to explain. Cutting short, from what we have studied in the last 4 or 5 sargas and the entire yogas, Ramayana so far, even other Upanishads, the whole world is mithya, kalpita. It is appearing and it is gaining reality and it is binding us only because of our chinta about it, chintan about it, thinking about it. And that's why in this world, anything with your chinta can make a cause of our dukkha. And when we stop doing chintana, anything can go away from us. Because it is existing because of chintana only. अब क्या क्या एग्जाम्पल दूं मैं? The daughter married and sent to the in-laws. Without her, how can we live? The father and mother think. Because पाला पोसा बड़ा किया, हर दिन वो घूमती रहती है. But within 6 months, you can see that settled. That is a proof that with the chintana, you can be attached to anything When the chintana gets reduced, we can be detached from anything also. Any other examples you take? Tat chintanam. मतलब लोक चिंतनम is giving reality. है ना? Children leaving and going to US for study. We feel that यार कैसा रहेगा वो खाएगा पिएगा. Again after a few months you see he is settled and you are more happily settled here. Out of sight, out of mind. Out of mind, out of life. Why all this explanation? That we only give importance to the world through the chintanam and make it sit on our head and forget the reality. Antidote is what? Tat chintanam. The more we do the Chintana Paramatma, Paramatma Sambandhi samskaras will overpoweringly enter into us, pushing away the samsaric samskaras. Samsara is nothing but samskara, vasanas. When you remove them, you are there casually in this world with the upadhis to do whatever is required. Otherwise, I am the self. That's it. बाकी सब नौटंकी है. Like in dream also, you can stand in election and become MLA, MP and PM and rule the country for 5 years or ruin it. Nothing important difference between the waking and dream. Everything comes and goes. So Tat Chintanam is the wonderful guidance. Take up one by one Mahavakyas or mantras of Upanishad and do the Chintana of the Tadvastu. Okay. Now, there is somebody who is there to listen from you. When somebody is there to listen from you, don't talk any other thing to misguide him also and forget your that Tat Chintanam. Then what to do? Tat Kathanam. If you get a chance to do the Kathanam, Kathanam is talking, speaking. Only about the Tat only we have to talk. Isn't it? If somebody invites you for a lecture, कुछ ना कुछ टॉपिक देवेंगे वो लोग. वो कहे ना मैं 2 मिनट में इस पे बोलूंगा बट बाकी आधा घंटा आई टॉक ओनली ऑन परमात्मा तत्व. तत्कथनम. Anybody is there, you have to talk about that only. That is called abhyas. अब तो हम डरते हैं, चुपके हम क्लास में बैठ के वेदांत सुनते हैं, खुद थोड़ा पढ़ लेते हैं, बट वी डोंट हैव गट्स टू टॉक टू अदर्स. तत्कथनम, आई डू दैट ओनली. स्पीक ओनली दिस. तत्कथनम. Whether people listen, understand or not, our knowledge becomes stronger and stronger. Our being in touch with Paramatma becomes stronger, which is required. Tat Kathanam explained second one. Third one, Anyonyam. If you have like-minded person, most lucky you are. Anyonyam, again, Tat Prabodhanam. That Tat word Bhagavan is not missing, or Bhagavati Saraswati ji. tat चिंतनम में भी तत् वर्ड आ गया, तत् कथनम में भी तत् वर्ड आ गया. अन्योन्यम तत्व प्रबोधनम, फिर ये तद एक वरत्वम, देन तद अभ्यासम. So the tat shabda came five times. Tat means Parabrahma. So anyonyam tat prabodhana means each mutually should talk only about that Brahman. This is called as tadabhyasam. All these three leading to ekaparatvam. So wherever you are, in you the truth alone is there, you are in the truth alone, in the self alone. Okay, the best two examples are, one is the four Manasa Putras of Brahmadeva. They are said to be, you know, distributing, dividing the work. One speaks, the other three listen for 3 months. Only Brahma was. The next 3 months, the next one. Next 3 months, next one. एक साल में वो तीन माह बांट कर they only do the tat shravana, tad vaktav, tat kathanam only. Anyonyam tat prabodh. One example. The latest more examples are in some of the very genuine adhyatmika samsthas. If not samsthas, in some ashramas, in some localities. There, The Mahatmas staying in their own ashram, every day they meet for 1 hour, 2 hours, in whatever the feasible, possible way. And there they do this Anyonyam Tat Prabodhana. Tadvastu, they talk. Guru will be there who knows more than all. He will give and he asks other disciples or the other also, you also talk. और बांट लेते हो लोग कि आप ईशावास्य पे बोलेंगे, आप कठ पे बोलेंगे, केन पे बोलेंगे, आप मुंडक आप मांडुक्य कहो, आप गीता सार कहो, तत् ओनली आप योग वासिष्ठ. In the places like Uttarakashi and all, I have seen it. Tadabhyasam vidurbuddha. They are in that tadabhyasam. And they're so disciplined, wonderful, and highly matured also, highly knowledgeable, because their mind is so much soaked in that. And in that Ganga किनारे विश्वनाथ जी का हर दिन दर्शन करते हुए, द हिमालय रूप भगवान का प्रणाम करते हुए, दे आर सो प्यूरिफाइड. उनके मन में हमेशा ये तद अभ्यास चलता ही रहता. Then when they mutually sit, they talk. Then there is Prashnottari also. They explain to each other, this is how it is, this is how it is. So I gave you the Sanat Kumarad Udarana and this one. This is called as Abhyasa. Tat Chintanam, with the mind or intellect, thinking only about that. Tat Kathanam, with the mouth, speaking about that only to somebody to listen. Anyonyam Tat Prabodhanam, educating mutually only about the truth when occasion of like-minded people's meeting happens. Etat ekaparatvam. In this way, achieving the ekaparata about the Brahman, tad abhyasam viduhu. The effort to reach to this goal is called abhyasa, and staying in that only, leading to the moksha. In this struggle or effort, nothing should be there in us other than Paramatma. In the Bhakti Bhasha, there are thousands of examples can be given like this, for this. Prahlada, the best example. Hamesha is Tat, for him Tat is Narayana Bhagavan. He will not fight with anyone. He will be in that convent school. He will be taught about all the Bhautikavada, but he is always in Bhagavat Chintana, Bhagavat Katha only. And you know that when Shanda Marka go for some outing, then the children come to him. Yeah, how come you are able to talk all this? Nobody taught us and all. Please tell. Then in Bhagavata, the Prahlada Upadesha, Kaumari Acharit Prajna Dharman Bhagavataniha, that way it starts. He is always in this sthiti. Second example is the greatest of Naradji. You know, we only talk about him Kalaha Priya, Kalaha Bhojana. That is our nonsense. Isn't it? All the cinema wale ne ये सारे divine characters का सत्यानाश किया. Behind every of the great Jnani and Bhakta, Naradji must be there. Narada is senior to all the Sapta Rishis and everyone. Only Sanat Kumaras are senior to him. सच नारद जी हमारे लोग नटखट करके क्या क्या बता के बेइज्जती करते. Don't do that thing, please. He is another example for Tat Chintanam Tatkat. His only purpose is to bring Bhagavan and the Bhaktas together. Right? Then the third example is, most beautiful is the Gopikas of Vrindavan, Mathura. Vrindavan mainly. Gokul and Vrindavan. Tat Chintanam, Tat Kathanam, Anyonyam Tat. They only talk about Krishna only. Krishna kaise rehte hain, kya kahte hain, kya. Sarvam Krishnamay only for them. You know, every tree for them looks like Krishna. Every animal reminds them of Krishna. When a clouds come, that reminds them of Krishna. Kalindi, Vidya Krishna. और बाप रे उनका ये तो देह का परत्व हो गया. So many are there in that way. Maha Bhaktas. भक्ति में ऐसे बहुत लोग होते. कोई कृष्ण भक्त, कोई राम भक्त, कोई शिव भक्त, कोई देवी का भक्त, कोई गणपति भक्त. बढ़िया है ना? But we are studying Tattva Shastra. Therefore, for us, the subject of Abhyasa is Tadvastu, the Parabrahma. इसको कहते हैं अभ्यास। तच्चिंतनम तत्कथनम अन्योन्यम तत्प्रबोधनम एतद एकपरत्वम च तदभ्यासम। So Leela asked, mother told, we are taught or we are given the guidance, the ball is in our court now. इसको यहीं छोड़ के जाए या इसको लेकर इसका शुरू करके धीरे धीरे विद इन नेक्स्ट 4-5 years soaking our whole personality only in the truth. You want to achieve it? अपने हाथ. Thank you, friends. The great shloka today we did it. I don't want to move to the next shloka. I just want to leave you all in this mood only. Just chant it 2 more times. Tat chintanam tat kathanam anyonyam tat prabodhanam etadeka paratvam cha tadabhyasam vidurbudhaha. Tat chintanam tat kathanam anyonyam tat prabodhanam etadeka paratvam cha tadabhyasam vidurbudhaha. The exactly looking like shloka from Bhagavad Gita. We'll talk on that tomorrow. 10th chapter. मच्चित्ताः मत्कृतप्राणाः बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च. Then what is the result of it? There Krishna says, तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति तेषामेव अनुकम्पार्थमहम् अज्ञानजं तमनाशयामि आत्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. Wonderful. So what is the take home point today? About Brahman only, we have to think, we have to tell others, we have to mutually talk, leading to Ekaparatvam. No other thing should be occupying our mind at any time of the day for any purpose. This is the way by which the Jagat Sambandhi Ajnanas, Vasanas, Moha, they all go away, leading to the Brahma Prapti. Thank you. ओम पूर्णमदः श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. थैंक यू. कृष्ण भगवान की जय. सरस्वती माता की जय.